got an open man finding Jefferson. That's good for 28 yards.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. A run there with Cook not going to be successful as he'll lose a couple of yards on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Dalvin Cook. Taken
the first down line at the 34 here on third down.
And it's third down.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Complete.
Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
First down, Viking.
Back to the ground, Cook. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Carrier.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, are usually big people. Because they're going to.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Cousins able to connect with Adam Thielen. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
6-0 our score after one.
With the score, Vikings 6, Steelers nothing.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Screen pass to Connor. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 3rd.
Connor. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Block 80! Jack 16.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, 70 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6.
Makes the score Steelers 7, Vikings 6.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing is Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
4th down.
On 4th down, they do snap it to Cousins. And he finds his target. It's Sharp. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Cousins gives way to Cook. And a short gain down to about the 33. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. And it'll be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd.
On 2nd down and 4. Roethlisberger. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Here's Snell on 3rd down, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively,
play.
And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
Dustin Colquitt
on to punt. We'll likely see Brother Britton on the other side get a chance later. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
It leads to 2nd.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins. He's looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but when he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Again, a run with Connor.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Now here's Snell, hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the ball about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Benny Snell taking it in. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
Well, CD, taking a step back, we're 2 weeks into the season, and you already kind of get the sense that teams are beginning to separate themselves. If you look at the 2-0 teams, and remember, 62% of 2-0 teams ultimately make the playoffs. But Baltimore, Kansas City, Green Bay, Seattle, just to name a few, they look really good.
They certainly do, and in a lot of ways, those are the teams that we expected to be 2-0 at this part of the season. I mean, it's no major surprise. But how about Arizona being 2-0 as well? People talked about them getting better in the offseason. I don't know how many of us thought they'd beat San Francisco in the opener. They did. Then they jumped on Washington this week, and they are 2-0 as well.
Now, on the other side of the spectrum, we know the not good news about teams that start 0-2. The Giants and the Jets both there. Detroit, Cincinnati. So, again, maybe some more predictable names.
Certainly, they are predictable. Again, not a surprise for most of them, although many thought Detroit would be improved at this point. But how about a team that's 0-2 that went through a little bit of a difficult offseason like the rest of us, but even more so because of players being gone? How about Houston being 0-2 right now? They won the division last year. I think that's a little bit unexpected right now, even though they had a tough opening schedule with Kansas City and Baltimore.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense.
3rd down and 12.
They're going to try the jet sweep on 3rd and long. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on 4th. Trying to get it with Snell. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it. keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes, because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Now KJ Osborne. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. On play action, Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Lets it fly for Thielen. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Cousins on 4th down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
28 yards.
That one, 28 yards on the ground. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Take it all the way down and just take the delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Another attempt now from 5 yards further back. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Back to it after the pick six. Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Tajay Sharp, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. James Washington was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Going for it all. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. He's going to take another shot here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Johnson, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. They find some open field here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards, a 1st down.
16 yards. 1st down, Minnesota.
They go play action. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards there, 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. Following the interception, Cousins. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
On the play. Brings up 3rd.
Play action now, Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Gonna find Thielen working the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Minnesota.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Again, it's Cousins. This is caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown.
From 19 yards away. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
The score, Steelers 26.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick.
For Minnesota.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Harris on the
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Snell yet again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Incomplete. Intended for Juju Smith-Schuster. It's now 4th down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. One last shot now for Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.